screen. There we go.
Hello.
Now you're ready.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning. Hello.
How's everyone doing this morning? It's a beautiful sunshiny Saturday. I hope it's beautiful where you are. We are Warm and Cozy Quilting.
We are. I'm sorry. I was just
And,
not mentally prepared with the this.
And it's Saturday morning, and we're here. We're going to chat about some stuff. It's fun. We're going to have coffee. You got your coffee? You got your coffee? Huh?
Do I? No. Yes.
So I'm Danielle, and that's Jason.
Hello.
Today we have running the camera. Victoria's here.
Hey, Victoria.
So yeah. As you all know, maybe you don't, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Sadie ran the world this week.
She did.
So she's off today.
She is.
So
enjoy the day off. You earned it.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Good Lord.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So I was out of town. I was doing training in Utah, which we're going to talk about a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
You just weren't generally up to much.
No.
Which was fine. But you're better now.
Yeah. I haven't been, okay. I feel like I'm a hockey player. In that I usually would play hurt.
I thought you were going to say hit people with sticks.
No.
That's fine.
If I got knocked in the face and my tooth hurt, I would go to the bench and pull it out and then go back on the
This
ice.
sounds barbaric.
Okay, that is, I play my, this
right.
age,
you go through everything.
whatever, it doesn't matter.
Work. You're going to do the job.
I'm going to work. So if I am out, I'm pretty much laying on the ground.
Right. It's over. It's it. That's all. We can't do much more.
Right. So yes, that was definitely not, and took most of, I haven't lost a week of work.
Yeah.
Long time.
But she's better now. So now you come in and say hi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad you're upright. That's good. I'm glad to see it.
I've never had such weird brain fog.
Yeah?
And it's much better this morning. But if I'm like, you don't need to worry. Like, I don't think I'm having a stroke or anything like that. I just think there's a little brain fog still.
Never actually went that direction and thought.
No?
No.
Well, I was like, people are going to look at me and be concerned because I'm going, I don't know how to put words together right now.
Okay.
But luckily I was at my house.
Right.
And no one was there.
Nobody was there asking questions.
Okay, so this is a fun, so they don't care about me being sick. But this is a fun story. Are you ready?
Oh my God, do it.
Victoria came in and I was sitting in Dad's chair and in Jason's chair like this. And the screensaver was on the TV. She's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just didn't feel like getting the remote." Anyway.
It's great when you're just in that mindset. You can't do anything.
I just couldn't even lift my arms to like change the channel.
Well, also, like, fun fact about Mom. Mom loves, like, crime shows.
Yeah.
So
loves crime shows.
She's been sick and sitting at home watching old crime shows, crime documentaries, and Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all those.
The whole time.
Yeah.
So she was just, like, tired of watching all these sad shows, so she was just watching the screensaver.
The screensaver's kind of entertaining.
Right.
It goes through, like...
It does a little...
Yeah, a little fireworks
sometimes. And,
weird.
Yeah, so then she found a really dumb show that was funny for me to watch, so it was fine. It was great.
It worked out just fine.
So there we go. So now Jason's home, thank goodness. And last night I slept hard.
Out. Cold. Done. It was great.
Yeah.
All right. So there's some of you on. Some of you have said hi. One of you have said hi. Or I'm not getting comments. Victoria, are you seeing comments over there?
Mm-mm.
You're not seeing comments at all?
No, I see 2.
Oh, it's okay. So I got 2.0. Hi, 2.0.
Good morning.
I'm glad you're on.
I'm going to pull on my phone.
What we got? Lovely morning. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Wow.
Nice.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, I missed you yesterday.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, yeah. She out, and so she wasn't able to come to the vlog.
Yeah.
That's fun. Right on. Okay, cool.
It's very, very few people on today.
It is. Interesting. It's March. People are getting ready to do March things.
March around.
3/11. Maybe they're, I don't know, listening to music, rocking out.
It's not 3/11.
No, it's not.
The 9th.
It's 3/9.
Today's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Glad you're out there watching. It's fantastic.
Love you.
we
Have an
got-
awesome day. See the sunshine.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's warm out there. It's supposed to get really nice outside.
Yeah.
It's good. Jackie, good morning. Good to see you out there. Everybody's doing great. It's wonderful. Morning, Sandy. And Linda, morning. See, they're all happy you're feeling
Yeah,
better.
and thank you,
right?
Sandy. Sandy was very helpful on Thursday. She helped me. I was definitely have some brain fog, and she was helping me through the.
It was your first day of feeling better-ish.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cool. Always good. Nancy, watch from Tennessee. Spring break starting down here.
Nice.
Fun. Very nice.
I'd like some. No, I still want a few more like crisp, cold days.
I mean, I think you still have a couple months for that still to happen.
Yeah, I don't
But not
like
many.
it starts freaking me out that it's going to be hot.
Look,
Like as soon as
you
it
gotta
starts to
choose
warm.
a season.
I
because
don't want it to be hot.
She doesn't want it to be hot, but she hates when there's no daytime.
I know. How can there be darkness or light?
And
Not
cold
darkness.
at the same time.
Anyway,
No, you're asking for too much.
I am.
You're gonna have to move to somewhere else.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move somewhere.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Probably.
Yeah. And then do you guys know it's daylight savings tonight?
Yes.
And so then we're gonna be back to having some sunlight. And I'm happy about the sunlight, but I am not looking forward to the week. It always takes me a couple of days. This one takes me some time to adjust
So we're.
to the time change.
Which way are we going with the clock?
We're springing forward.
So I'm
So we're
losing an hour. So I lost an hour coming back from Utah,
Mhm.
and I'm losing another hour tonight.
Mhm.
I'm telling you right now, my poor body.
Yeah.
This is the worst jet lag I've ever had to deal with.
Mhm.
I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm moving to a state where they don't recognize it.
Yeah.
I don't think Indiana does.
No.
Jackie, you're from Indiana. Don't you guys don't have time change, do you? I don't know.
Some parts
Maybe
of
it's
it
parts.
do, or something like that.
Because I know I went to a project one time, and we were going to Indiana, and
Ooh.
it was just on the other side of the border. And we got there at 10 o'clock, like we were supposed to, and we missed the meeting because it was 11 o'clock. And I was like,
Whoa.
oh, oops.
Well, we've talked about this before because Illinois has said, "Oh, we're not going to do that no more."
They passed the
then-
regulation to be able to do it.
Right.
They just haven't stopped it.
Right. But then we're like, and you were all excited, yay! And I
Right.
said, "Yeah, except you work in Missouri.
I worked in Missouri at the time.
Now you don't have that problem."
But I have customers over there.
Right. Also, like, if you're going to go to a baseball game,
Yeah.
you got to know what time it is. Like, every
Oh.
time you do anything, you got to
Good
know what
Lord.
time it is. It's like crazy.
Ugh.
So, anyway,
Yikes.
time change, normal, crazy.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm over it. Other people seem to enjoy that. I agree with that perception. Apparently, Arizona doesn't time change, so I guess we're moving to Arizona. It's going to be warm and
like-
hot. Really
oh,
hot.
I don't like that.
And then really hot, like cook you alive outside hot.
From what I
what I'm
understand,
told.
though, something about dry heat, I think it's a big fat lie. I think that it's still hot.
Well, it's a convection oven versus a microwave. I mean,
Right. Yeah. Not good.
Not a scientist. I don't
Either way.
understand it. Let's see here. Jackie will be getting up at 4 a.m. Oh, no. Ooh.
What's happening?
Up at, everybody will be getting up at 4 a.m. because no, thank you. Ugh. Morning, Julie. Good to see you on. And I saw Diane up here. Oh, there's other people that said hi.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh, it
look,
scrolled.
look,
It scrolled.
look.
Okay, hold on. You. Diane, hello. And Sadie,
Hi,
hello.
Good morning.
And Debbie, hello.
Hi.
Donna, she's glad you're back up and feeling normalish.
Yeah, normal-ish.
Hey, Alice, good to see you on.
Good morning.
Sadie said we're springing forward. She's correct. Arizona's a change. And Carol says, I don't mind the change. I go with the flow. That's a real safe
Oh,
mindset.
you're so awesome.
I'm jealous. I'm not that, but I want to fight
Go
the
with the
power.
flow. Yeah.
I'm still
You know, what else can you
angsty
do, really?
teenager, I guess. I don't know.
You know, what can you do? You can't do
Just go with it.
Go with
Accept
it.
it. Accept your fate. Lose the
Yes.
hour. It's just
And
what,
I
2
think-
days of inconvenience.
Right, because really, then the sun is. You're going to have more sunshine, so you're not going to have that draggy feeling. You know.
Probably. I drink enough coffee. I don't normally have that much draggy feeling. But
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So enough of that nonsense. Moving forward, we have some things to talk about before we get into all the fun of it. Master Your Stripology classes. You do have some scheduled this month and next month.
I do.
They're out there on the calendar. You can get signed up for those if you haven't.
There's a couple of spots still.
Are there really?
I think. I mean,
There can't be many.
you're telling them about it, so I was assuming you already knew. No?
I didn't actually look. that was probably been really smart for me to just kind of verify.
Yeah, we have these classes, but they're all full.
I have
that
classes,
would've been-
go join them, but they're full, so you can't. Let's see here. March 26th.
Oh, cool. Couple of spots.
Looks like there's 5 seats left in that one still, and the April class is actually almost full. There's only a couple, 3 spots left in that one. So if you need that little bit step up in your stripology skill set and understanding it and using it, that class is absolutely ideal. You need to make sure you sign up for that.
For sure.
St. Louis Metro Shop Hop.
It's happening.
Right now. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
It goes the entire month.
Mm-hmm.
There are 6 participating shops in it this year.
Right.
That is going to be the Quilted Fox, Your Quilt Shop. York is the name of the shop. It's not, well, we are also, but sorry, it's a fun joke for me. I should stop.
Who's
on
over.
first?
It's over.
Who's on
It's
first?
Okay.
Your
It's
Quilt
an
Shop is
Arnold.
participating. We're participating, obviously. You got Cut and Sew and Bon Terre, then Fabric Creations and Cadet, and also in Bon Terre you have Country Heart, So What.
Mm-hmm.
She is in Bon Terre also. So those 3 are all kind of very close together. So a nice little road trip to make it there to get back.
Mm-hmm. That's what everybody has said. They're like, we're going to do those 3, and then we're going to do these 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, it works out.
There have been people who have done them in a day.
Done the whole thing. One day.
I do want to thank the All-State Shop Hops for getting people in the mindset of like streamlining and going, because first off, all 6 shops, that's a lot for a day. But to do all 6 of these in a day and like within like a very short window, like that takes some real talent and skill.
Oh yeah,
It's amazing to me.
planning, time it out,
Right.
who opens what
Lunch
time.
breaks included and everything.
Yeah.
It's incredible to me. So if you haven't started that yet, you have the month to do it. Make sure each shop you stop into, you can sign up for weekly door prizes.
Right.
Grand prize drawing will be at the end of the in next month in April.
Yeah,
And
April
that
1st. Yeah.
Grand prize is a sewing machine. Actually, we talked about the 3160 last week.
Right.
It is a 3160, which is really nice.
Yep.
Um,
Have
and
to
then-
do all the shops and turn in your passport to be eligible for that.
You do.
Prize.
Absolutely. Also, there's no minimum times on participating, my understanding. So if you want to do the shop hop 5-6 times this
Yeah.
month and get entered that many times,
You sure can.
go for it. Knock yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind seeing you 5-6 times in a month.
Right.
I got fabric coming in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? Did they know that you got Kansas troubles? Did you know that we got some Kansas troubles in the other day? I wasn't here when it came in,
Yeah.
but it was exciting. It's out there on the shelf. It's
the shelf.
gorgeous.
Yep.
You need to come get some of that. Also, this month has a lot happening. Just for the
This-
record,
Next one is
yeah,
okay. That is the one that I'm most excited about.
we need to whisper more. Anyway, the next one, mark your calendars. This is 2 weeks away. March 23rd and 24th, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Modern Quilt Guild Quilt Show.
So
Show. It's amazing. It's going to be fantastic. They have over 300 quilts that they're going to be displayed, which is an amazing number.
For sure.
It is at the Greensfelder Park in Queenie Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Manchester, Missouri. If you need an address, you can just search it up, or we have flyers in shop. You come and get those. If you went to the Bits and Pieces Quilt Guild show
Yeah.
last year, it's in the exact same location.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be set up vending. We're going to be bringing the HandiQuilters along with us. I'm going to obviously have special pricing on my HandiQuilters. We're going to be bringing the Laura Star.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to see a Laura Star and you want a dang good deal on a Laura Star, come and check us out.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see the Stripology, Danielle's going to be doing a demo.
I'm going to be demoing Stripology all day.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because we're going to have Victoria is going to be demoing Laura Star. Jason's going to be demoing the HandiQuilter along with
the one and only Mickey Chapler. Chapler? Sorry, Mickey, if you're watching. I apologize.
is going to, so we have, she is amazing.
She's awesome.
And she's going to be there helping Jason demo and machine, so he's going to be on that side. Victoria's going to be doing Laura Star, and I'm going to be doing Stripology, and Sadie's going to be ringing up all the purchases.
Yeah, and we'll all be there. It'll be a great time. Saturday, Sunday.
And you're like,
check it
wait,
out.
who the heck is going to have the shop open? Well, we got,
I don't know.
some other people.
We'll just take whoever walks in first to volunteer. It'll be fine.
Excuse me.
I'm kidding. The moms will be taking care of it. And then
We'll probably have to have Lydia on.
maybe
Working,
It'll be
helping,
fine.
doing some stuff.
It'll be just fine. So the shop hop will still continue on.
Yep.
So if you're planning on shop hopping that weekend, the 23rd, 24th,
It's happening. No
go
problem.
right ahead and do the shop
Yep.
hop. But if you want to come into the show, because why not? Do it. So that one's the exciting one, March 23rd and 24th. Make sure you stop by and say hi. I believe admission is $8,
Yeah.
which is not a bad price for a quilt show.
Right.
So it's going to be awesome. I do look forward to that one personally. Last but not least, that I want to talk about, we have put out a promotion to let you guys know that we're going to have a hands-on, take a test drive of the M17. I am bringing in 10 M17s for you to come in.
Do you guys even understand?
We did an unboxing of the M17 way back in August when we came back from the show. We have it on the floor. It is a giant, magnificent, beautiful beast of a machine.
I'm like, do we have big enough tables for these?
We are
times
going
10?
to make it work.
It's going to be fun. So much fun.
But what we're going to do is on Friday, March 29th, and Saturday, March 30th, we're going to have 2 different days of hands-on drive these machines. We're bringing in a Janome educator. I suddenly just realized I don't have her name written down on my list, which I apologize for. She's awesome, though. I've looked her up. She does some really cool stuff. Everybody's going to walk out of here with a little bag, a little travel bag. So you're going to get to complete something. So you're coming in, making something. The class, I believe, oh my good Lord, Cybus, talk for a second. Tell them more about it.
So what is happening is it's from 12 to 4. What do you need to know? $30?
That was it, the dollar amount. Because I forgot for sure the dollar amount. That was the thing. So it is $30. You're going to get a project when you walk out the door.
Yep.
Also, you get to check out
the machine itself is the machine to do everything. Okay, let's say you really, because it is the sewing machine.
Yeah.
It is an embroidery machine. It has the largest hoop on the market. It is a quilting machine in that it has a very large throat space. Also, it has stitch regulator.
By the way.
So I don't know if just to explain a little bit for maybe you don't understand, like whenever you do free motion quilting on your domestic, you are the stitch regulator. If you go too fast, you get big fat stitches. And if you go really slow, and it's just going to keep stitching at the same speed, you are the stitch regulator. Unless you have a stitch regulator that you can put onto the machine itself. These have been like a mythical thing, for many, many years. It's like, that can't be done.
Well, a lot of people too, just out of concern of stitch consistency, will actually not even go into free motion to quilt. They'll just stitch in the ditch and let the feed dogs drag it through nice and evenly. Because dropping those feed dogs and moving that fabric in any sort of consistency with the machine speed and trying to figure out all these things.
Yeah,
it's a lot of moving parts.
I need to put my foot to the floor and move my hands faster, slower. What is the whole thing? So it's hard. Well, when you have stitch regulator, as you move, it makes those stitches the same exact length always.
It's awesome.
So it's so cool.
So great.
It takes that element out for you.
Yep.
So you're not having to fight how fast I go, all of those things. So if you do not have room in your house for a long arm.
Right, first off.
This replaces a long arm.
You wanted to get an embroidery. You don't have room for a sewing machine and an embroidery machine. This
is an all-in-one machine that is amazing at every piece of those.
Yes.
Like sometimes you get I've heard from people, because I don't do a lot of combo machines, that it's great, but I don't really use the embroidery that much because I use it more for my sewing, and it's just not been that big of a deal to me to do the embroidery. I feel like you're going to be going, okay, today I'm doing embroidery, and tomorrow I'm going to quilt it, and, then I'm going to piece my next project, and it is such an awesome machine. All of the bells and whistles on it are just amazing.
Yep.
The
So
applique. The applique you can do.
The applique
I
part of
actually
it.
want to do applique. Like, I do not care about, like,
you want to understand the applique more, you do have to come in to see it.
Yeah,
And
'cause
I'm
it's
actually going
so
to encourage you just take the class,
So cool.
and that way you can understand it because you'll get it. If you've ever appliqued and you're like, man, I hate how that doesn't really evenly line up. I wish it was. Oh yeah, it makes that better.
So, of course, number one, we're going to have deals on these machines during this event.
Yep.
So you may come in and you may fall in love. So I should caution you there.
I'm mentally preparing myself for you to fall in love with a machine. That's okay.
But also, like, it's also just fun to come and play and see.
It's just
and,
fun to see what's out there.
Get all the information and see.
There's so many people that got into the quilting in 2020 that just picked up whatever they could, wherever they could, because at that time, machines were a hot commodity.
Right.
And so maybe you've been working with this machine and you're like, boy, I love doing this, but I want to just go and make it worth my effort.
Right.
This machine makes it worth the effort.
Yeah.
But to try it out ahead of time, really a smart idea.
Yeah,
so
for,
what we're
for a
doing,
whole class. Yeah.
Right. And for $30 to have your materials covered and you get to sit and use this amazing machine with an educated educator that knows exactly what she's doing with the machine, it's going to make it that much more fun.
Right.
But I'm actually going to run a special for you guys today, those of you watching. I haven't put this out there in the World Wide Web. This is for you and actually for your friend. Early bird kind of thing. So get yourself signed up now. How do you do that? Well, what the promo to it is this. Here's the catch. You and your friend. Instead of you each paying $30, you pay $30 and bring your friend.
Right.
I'm going to let you bring your friend for free.
Free.
For $30. That's all you got to do. So sign yourself up and your friend. Now, to do that, though, you're going to have to call us or shoot me a messenger.
Yep, you can message right here.
Because my computer system is not set up to do that. So if you go to the website and try to sign up for the class, right now, it's not going to do it. It's just going to charge you the $30.
Right. And if you do go in and pay the $30 and then you go, oh, shoot, they told me to call and I really do want to bring my friend.
That's fine.
That's fine. Call us then and we'll take out that other seat. And
So yeah, bring your friend for $30.
$30.
That's $15 a piece. That's a really good deal. And honestly, I find it's far more fun to sit at these machines with your friend.
Right.
And actually learn it.
Yep.
Because you're going to ask questions. Your friend may not be afraid of pushing buttons.
Right. It's fun whenever you go, whenever we've had other events like this, like HandiQuilter events, sometimes it's really nice to have a buddy because you will have been doing the steps and then you missed a step that the teacher said, but your friend was like, no, you got to do. So like everybody keeps on pace and it's really nice. Buddy system, right?
Buddy system, bring your friend. Yeah. Okay. Sound like a fun time? Sounds like a fun time. I should have probably put the little caveat on that. Can you call it 11 o'clock when we're open?
Yeah.
I just realized I didn't tell anybody that's outside of this room right now that we were going to do that. Or I was going to put that out there.
Yeah.
So if you could, wait till 11 o'clock, but then call, get yourself signed up. Or come in. If you walk in and say, hey, I heard you say, we'll take care of you at the register and shop. Just the same.
Yep.
Going to be awesome. Well worth the trip. It's noon to 4 both days.
Yes. So it's and you only have to do one day. It's not 2 days
pick
for
one, Friday
or Saturday.
Okay. I think I rambled on enough about all of that. You all came here because you want to know how my trip went.
Yeah, right. I'm sure that's why you came here.
I mean, I was gone for like 5 days.
A lot of days.
5 days? 4 days. I don't know. Long enough that the world here probably relaxed a little bit because my energy was on the other part of the country.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Did you feel the disturbance when I came back Thursday night? Yeah, that wasn't the storm rolling through.
No.
That was me. I just came back.
Yeah. Jason's rolling in.
And he's back. Great. Him and all of his energy. Anyway, so I went out to Utah. So, of course, because I went somewhere, I have to have fun facts about said place. So today it's Utah.
Nice.
Also, I did look at some things. We actually are going to cover Utah ever, so
okay, cool.
That's fine. I'm not mowing any lawns here. So officially, it's the state of Utah. The capital, anybody know? You would think that it's Salt Lake City.
I would think it's Salt Lake City.
And you're right, because it's Salt Lake City. They became part of the Union January 4th, 1896.
Nice.
This I'm going to need Victoria for. This is a fun one to me. So they have a state flag.
Yeah.
But as of March 2024, they have a brand new state flag.
What?
They have a brand new state flag.
No
and here
way.
it is. Yes. Victoria, if you would please show the lovely people the brand new state flag. Here, I'll minimize this so you can see it. Look at that. How fun is
Aw.
that?
That's cool for the
Now,
honeybees.
there is some, what this all means, the whole flag there. So let me go over the description of this. So
Okay.
at the top, the blue stripe symbolizes Utah's vast skies and lakes, as well as fundamental principles such as faith, knowledge, and freedom. The white stripe is divided into 5 peaks, which represents the snowy peaks of Utah's mountains,
Okay.
evoking peace and honoring the state's 8 tribal nations. Below, the red rock canyon stripe signifies southern Utah's majestic landscape and the spirit of perseverance, nodding to the red elements of the United States flag.
Okay.
Outlined by a gold rim, the hexagon shape contains a beehive symbolizing prosperity, unity, and Utah's motto, industry. Below the beehive is a 5-pointed star representing hope and commemorating 1896, the year Utah attained statehood and became the 45th star on the American flag, also representing the state's allegiance to the nation.
Wow.
A lot of meaning in that there flag. Pretty nifty. I believe they announced that they were going to change the flag last year around May, and that March would become an effective time frame for that. So if you live in Utah, congratulations on your new flag.
You got a new flag.
I did read that you don't have to take the old flag down. It will be kind of supplementary to the one now, so it's just you have both there. It's fine.
Okay.
But that is, kind of nifty.
Yeah.
I saw that. I looked it up, and I saw that. I'm like, wow, that's neat. I had no idea there was a beehive in the state flag. And then I looked at when it was adopted, and it said March 9th, 2024.
Like today? Like right now?
It seemed very specific. So I had to do a little bit of looking, and they decided to change the flag, and there you go.
Okay,
So,
sounds great.
Pretty nifty. Fun fact. They are out west.
I just
if you
really
didn't know.
felt like everybody made a flag once and they were just not going to do anything else. You know, like
Yeah,
why
I mean,
would you
I
change
got a
it,
flag.
right?
Hooray.
Right.
Well, they changed it. They made it more fun and fancy. And I do like that one as opposed to the other one was more of just a seal on a blue flag. And I don't know, I like it. It's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
It's way more graphically entertaining. It is the 13th biggest state. It is the 30th most populous, but only the 11th least densely populated. Words. So they got 3 million people that live there.
Okay.
All right. It's roughly 36 people per square mile. So it's relatively spaced out. Okay. So a lot of people, but not
Right,
since it's a big
not on top of
landmass,
each
it's
other.
not that exact. And like 2/3 of the population actually live in the Salt Lake City area or the Wasatch Front. So
Oh, so the rest of it is
yeah, a lot more open. It's the driest state. Drink a lot of water when you go there
oh my gosh.
because they will dehydrate you,
Yes.
especially from a lower elevation.
And and the altitude nonsense.
Yep. More than 60% is covered in forest. And in 2014 was considered the safest state. I'll tell you why. Because it's giant and open and it's landlocked. So you're not going anywhere. They'll find you.
Yeah.
Because you can get stuck either in a mountain or in a salty lake. And you know what? You can't drown
Did
in
you
a
say
salty
it
lake.
is the most
What's
or
that?
the fifth? How safe?
In 2014, it was the safest
The
state.
safest.
They're real nice people out there, though.
Yeah.
The Great Salt Lake, apparently you can't drown in it. Apparently if you jump in, you float back up.
Buoyancy from
I was
salt.
talking to my passenger buddy flying out there, a lovely gentleman. He was telling me he went diving in the Salt Lake, Great Salt Lake. I said, why? He goes, just say I could.
Yeah.
He goes, they've always said that you can't drown. He goes, you can, I guess if you go face down. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't float face down in the Great Salt Lake, guys. Turn yourself over. Do the right thing. Yes, also the state is home to 5 national parks, being Arches, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Zion. So, that's Utah. If you haven't been,
Anybody been there? Anybody from there?
I encourage you to visit it.
It is beautiful.
It is gorgeous out there.
Yeah. When me and Julie went, and I don't remember what
19.
year, right? We went to Park City,
Mm-hmm.
and it is just
that's a
lovely.
beautiful place. I heard it's beautiful
Very
out there.
lovely.
Still haven't left the flat land of the Salt Lake area. Every time I get there, it's always, let's go. We got to learn so much thing. Okay,
Right.
great. I did the same this week. So I flew out on Sunday. Thanks, Mom and Dad. They gave me a ride to the airport because
Yeah,
somebody decided to be ill. I can't drive to the airport. Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't leave the house.
Yeah.
Left beautiful 60-degree weather and sun, and I landed in 30-degree weather and snow.
That was fun, huh?
Yeah. So that was fun.
Remember when we went out there?
Oh, it snowed inches and inches.
And we, our plane got diverted. We had things
So
got
there's
rerouted.
a huge snowstorm was coming through, and we were supposed to fly out of Midway. Well, it was going to shut Midway down, so we ended up changing flight to reconnect in Las Vegas. So we went from St. Louis to Las Vegas back to Salt Lake. We didn't land till like 11 o'clock at night, and it snowed. It snowed in Vegas that night.
Yeah, it snowed in Las Vegas, which is unusual.
Apparently, I don't know. Never Vegas.
We were like, oh my gosh, we were in the desert and it's snowing. Okay. So then we got, and we had to hustle from one end to the other in Vegas. And then we got there, and I was never more happy that we didn't rent a car. Yeah. Because, I mean, these people know how to get around.
They did just fine.
It was way late, dark, and a lot of snow.
A lot of snow. So I got out there. Monday was the first day of class, which was actually probably the coolest thing ever. So I've told people before, and I've told you guys, but when you go, if you have a HandiQuilter and you go to Salt Lake, you can actually go to Bountiful. You can go to the HandiQuilter headquarters. As a consumer, you can walk in and say, hey, I have a machine. I'd love to see how my machine was made. And they will take you on a tour.
Someone will stop. They will pull somebody from a meeting if they have to. They'll do whatever because that's...
They care. They love their customers. Yeah. It's great. So I got to go, and I got the elongated version of the tour. So every machine is made there. So they take all the parts, and they put them all together, and then they assemble them. And so for my training, I got to go and actually watch them make all the parts. Like all of the parts. And put them inside of this lovely housing casing. Wow. It was kind of nifty. The reason for it is because then they were able to break down what each part is. So as a technician, I can understand what its actual function is. Because apparently, when it comes to these machines, every bolt, everything has a purpose. If it's on this machine, they had to pay for it to be there. So it had to make sure it was worth the effort. So they don't have random bolts and pieces in here.
No extra parts?
No. So if you're ever sewing along and something vanishes, or find it on the floor, or
falls out, like
it's not supposed to be there. So it probably belongs somewhere and probably has a really important job. Yeah. Which is why I found out in here, at this point here, there's these little bearings that are in there. They're called center bearings. I found out about these. These things are really fun and cool. I kind of understood they were important, but what they are, they're actually grease impregnated or oil impregnated. So what they do is they take a block of iron. And they shave it down, and they have this mountain of iron, basically. Okay? All right. And then they put oil on it. And then they take that and they smash it, high pressure smash them into these bearings that are in here. And the reason for that is that when they put them on there and that thing's spinning and starts to get hot, it heats up that iron, and then it allows some of that grease to come out. Oh my gosh. And then when you stop moving, it cools off, and it kind of reabsorbs that oil back into it. Okay? And the important part...
That's so smart.
It is. It's a wonderful idea.
Cool.
Right? Right. The important thing of that is, after so many years of running and using and sitting and whatever, sometimes those need to be a little bit more oil or grease added to that area so that they will actually not seize up. Because if that seizes up, then things stop running. Right. It's just not good. Which is why it's really important to have your machine serviced every couple of years, at the very least. Okay? Also, there's other things that move and all that up here that need that grease and oil, which is why it's important to have it done, because you can't get to those. Right. I don't even like getting to those, but I do, and it's fine. That's part of my job. So it's important to have that stuff serviced, and that's why all that. So that was cool to see that. So they made this part, and then they assembled this part back here, and then they assembled this here, and they smushed it all into the case. And they bolted it all together.
Wow, how cool.
Yeah, it was fun. After they put all of it together, they put it in a box that they plug into, and then they close it, and they run a lot of electricity through it to make sure that it's grounding properly. Oh, wow. It's really kind of nifty. They do it with every machine. And the cool part about it is that as they're doing all of this, so guy one finishes his parts of assembling this bar here, or putting this into the machine. He then calls over to chick over there, hey, come here and look at this. And then she comes over and makes sure that he did all his job. When she's done, she calls somebody else and say, hey, come check this out. So there's a lot of double checking of all the process to make sure everything is done right. So, and even then, that continues all the way through. So even if they miss something and it gets over to person over there at the final stage and they see something wrong, they'll just put a tag on it and say, nah, fix that. So there's so many double, triple checkings that happen with these machines, which is really kind of neat. Once they're done putting them all together, they put them on a table and they plug them in and they turn them on and they just run. So like the entire time in this giant warehouse, there's just this like up and down volume of machines running on screaming and then quiet and screaming. And actually at one point to me, it sounded like sirens.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked Ty, who was the head of statement machine, whatever stuff. I can't remember his title. Sorry, Ty, if you're watching. He's not. I asked him, I was like, do you guys just kind of get immune to like emergency sirens when you leave? Because it sounded like a fire engine, like sirens, like, or an ambulance. I'm like, because at this point, if I leave and something's screaming down the road, I'm gonna think, oh, those machines are really loud.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get run over. I don't know. Anyway, and then the very last stage and their entire process after that is they take it over to a table where every machine is driven by somebody who tests them off and all the stitching. And if it doesn't stitch and perform properly, start over.
Wow.
They do not send it out if it is not operating properly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat. So if it leaves and something gets to your house and something's not right, they don't ensure or guarantee like that the shipping guy isn't abusive with the machines in transit.
Right. Yeah.
But,
I mean, what can you do about that?
You can't stop all of them.
I mean, they come packed really nicely.
Oh, they pack them so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it happens. But I thought it was kind of neat to be able to watch the whole process start to finish. They didn't actually let me build one, so
oh, dang it! They let you tear one apart, though.
We're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. Yes.
I can't wait.
Day 2 was the boring day. I had to sit and listen for all day. All day, just talking about the theories of how the power comes in here and goes to here and goes up to there and then across and then this. I didn't actually sleep in class. I came real close.
What, Jason? You're supposed to be learning. There's
I'm gonna tell you,
information.
Tuesday afternoon
after
was
lunch.
So tough.
Yeah.
It was tough. I managed. I watched one guy almost fall asleep. He didn't, though. I was proud of him. But anyway, that was fun.
You guys have been there. There's been a meeting. There's been a something.
So
where it was
boring. Just like oh my
so
God.
Much.
I can't take any more information.
Yeah, your brain gets overloaded.
But it was fine. So a lot of great information, a lot of points, the things to look at that normally I would never have considered.
Troubleshooting ideas for...
Right. And a lot of these things that the instances he was covering were situations where maybe you had the machine was serviced by somebody that wasn't qualified to be working on this machine. And here's your machine back in pieces. Good luck.
Right.
Things that don't typically happen.
Right.
But that doesn't mean they can't.
Right.
So day 3 was a day that we were given a machine and said, okay, go. I'm going to tell you now, they were sabotaged. It's real. They didn't just hand me a brand new, perfectly working one.
Yeah. Sorry. Nothing.
It's okay. I set her up. I gave her a perfect, here's a pitch. Hit it. Big old softball. It was supposed to be a Beastie Boy reference. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you didn't like the Beastie Boys. I don't know. Got to fight for your right, guys. Okay. Anyway.
I don't make the jokes, and he said make a joke today, and I missed it. Sorry, honey.
It's okay. So the machines were sabotaged, so they put them in front of us, and they went through and they intentionally changed several components and said, fix it. And if we asked, is it this? That question was, well, what do you think?
Oh, gosh.
Well, why would you think that is what it is? I have no idea. Well, that's not a fair answer when you're at home in your own workbench trying to figure out what's wrong with Sally's machine, because now it won't do anything, or when you plug it in, this magic smoke comes out. Yeah. That's not supposed to happen either.
Right. No.
Don't let the magic smoke out, guys.
Right.
Also, don't breathe that. That's probably full of lead. Anyway, so we had to figure out what was going on. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't do great. I was very slow at getting started and figuring out what was going on. It was tough because I was looking for blatantly unplugged something or something simple.
Right.
Turns
out
didn't
make it that easy.
No, they didn't. Hey, actually, they went through the effort of removing one wire that normally is zip tied. It's back here. Usually they're zip tied together. They removed it, put the bad wire in, and zip tied it back together.
Oh, so you're looking at that going, that's good.
Yeah, I'm like, and I like it's everything seems to be working fine. So I'm looking for basic upfront things. Nah, it was just one little cable. Got that figured out. And then it would communicate properly. So I replaced literally everything from here back to here, and it started working again. Because everything I picked was, you go by price. You keep it simple. Hopefully it's just this cable, or maybe it's just this board, or maybe it's, and it was the board at the back, which is of course the most expensive part. But it's in training, so it's okay. Like I didn't actually pay anything.
Right.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm great. It's running. It's communicating. It's awesome. Hit the start button, and it run at like 300,000 stitches per minute. These machines don't run that fast, but it sure thought it did. So I had to find out why, and that took a little another.
Oh my gosh.
But that was the end of day 3. So day 4, I figured it out. Right? So the whole goal of this was to figure it out and take the machine over to the care, like a table, and actually stitch off. This was the whole goal.
Yeah.
And I got it all figured out. I got it entirely back together. I'm ready to go back to the table and try this thing out because I'm good. Like, it's awesome. I put it back together, and my needle is like right at the edge of my needle plate.
Oh no.
That's okay. This is a fairly easy fix. Like, I've done this a dozen times. This head unit in here has to be adjusted to kind of bring that needle to where it belongs.
Get it centered in there.
Right. Yeah. Plot twist. This bolt that holds it in place wasn't secured. So I'm like, why won't it actually tighten? So I take the bolt out completely. I take the other bolt out. I'm like, raise my hand because this is what I do. I'm a professional old man. I raise my hand.
Yeah.
Ty comes over. He goes, yeah. I go, this bolt won't actually tighten up. He goes, well, you're going to have to take that whole head unit out. I'm like, okay, cool. So I take the whole thing out, which is fine. You know, again, remind you, I had the whole thing back together. I had to take it all apart to take this whole thing out, which is fine. I did. Sure. I take it out. You know what the problem was? Somebody before me pretty much ruined the casing. So,
oh my gosh.
I went through all that. I was this close to being done. And it was just an impossible fix.
Oh my gosh.
I would have had to take the whole casing, would have had to be taken off and sent back and get a whole new one. And he's like, no. Thank you. Because I only had like an hour and a half left to go at this point. So then
you didn't get to stitch yours off.
I didn't get to stitch mine off. So there was another guy who had left the day before. His machine was there. He's like, you can work on that one if you want. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I would have needed like a whole another hour and a half to finish, and I did not have that much by the time I got to a point of
figuring out what was wrong with his.
It was sad. Anyway, so I didn't get to test mine off, but oh my gosh, I was going to show him how good I am at timing because all the other guys were like struggling a little bit with their timing. I'm like,
watch this. I can't wait to show him how good I am at timing.
If I would have tried with the way it was, oh my Lord.
Wouldn't have been good.
Would have been rough. Parts flying, things of the sort.
Yeah.
I was proud of myself because I didn't actually make anything spark and blow up.
Was there sparking?
There was.
Oh my
there was a couple sparks that happened. They were scary. One specifically, the guy was testing something and it and there was the magic smoke and like the wires that was testing things melted together. It was. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Don't make mental note to self.
Don't fuse things together. Not good. Anyway, but I got it. It worked out. It was just great. It was fine. So it was a good fun time. Moral support. Here's my whole rundown of how all the things went and transpired. So, that was my time out there. It was fun. I got to meet some really cool guys that were out there.
Nice.
I had 4 other gentlemen that were taking the tech class. There are tech women in the world also. Like, I know they exist. That just in this particular class, there were, just 5 of us. One of them, or of the ones I met, I met Chuck Wingate. He's from Best Little Retreat Center in Texas. They're in Dallas. So if you're ever in the Dallas area, they're a day retreat center. Check them out. He said they carry a little bit of fabric. They're a HandiQuilter dealer, and then it's just a one-day retreat center. Like, you just go in there, you can take the day and hang out and retreat center.
Wow,
that's pretty nifty. But like I said, Best Little Retreat Center, that's pretty cool. If you find yourself in the Fort Smith, Arkansas area, that is Oklahoma border, kind of south of Missouri. Sewing Machine Center and Fabric. I met Patrick. I think it says Moody. Patrick was a really cool dude. apparently his wife,
Mhm.
it was her, either parents or grandparents opened the business. Like, it's been a quilt shop in
For a
Fort
long
Smith,
time?
Arkansas for a real long time.
Nice.
So if you're down that way, go check them out. Totally cool guy, totally awesome stuff. And the other guy that was there, Eric from Apple Tree Quilting, they're in Columbia, Missouri. Eric's a really good guy. He's fun to talk to. Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty nifty. Apparently
So
they
you got some
nice shop out there.
friends you can.
Yeah, if I have tech
Bounce
problems and I
ideas
can't get a
off
hold
of
of
and-
HQ,
yeah.
absolutely. There was another fellow. His name was Ken. He's out of the Houston area. I don't remember the name of his shop. I did not get his card. He was a cool guy too. But the running theme here is that all these guys really actually seem to genuinely care. So if you
Nice.
live locally to those guys and you need a machine or just want to support a really good business, check them out. Or if you're heading through those areas, check them out and say hi. It's totally
Nice.
awesome.
Very cool.
Karen says, sounds like you learned a lot for future troubleshooting. I did. It was absolutely worth my effort just to, because troubleshooting goes through all spectrums of
Mhm.
anything mechanical or technologically based. If it's not working,
Not good.
follow the flow.
Right.
Figure it out. It's not that difficult. Sometimes we make it worse than it has to be. So,
Yeah.
But
And I mean, they still are machines. Sometimes things can happen.
of course they can.
So it's good to have a relationship with you have support with your tech.
Your tech support is very important. If you buy a machine from somewhere, make sure that they know what they're talking about with that machine.
Because Jason has been for training before. This is not like his first. This is
No.
advanced. This was like, let's get you to the next level. Let's keep your training going.
Yeah.
So that we just want to be ahead of the game. We want to understand what is best for all of our customers.
Right. So I did get this really fancy this.
Oh,
I got a
my
certificate that says that I did a training.
God. Isn't that cool?
I mean, it was awesome, right? And it's
Right.
really nice stock.
Nice.
Like, this wasn't printed on just standard printer paper. This is real,
This
guys.
is like a real thing.
And that's a real signature. I didn't scribble that. Ty scribbled that. I couldn't even tell you Ty's last name because I don't remember what he said it was, and it's there. So like
Does it
the first,
have it printed underneath?
no, the first little scribble is Ty. The rest of his is now.
Oh.
Oh.
Alpha
Anyway.
letters.
Super cool. Anyway, so that was fun. I have to say though, the food out there was fantastic as
Yeah.
well. The food, like, yeah, we had so much good food the entire time.
Yeah.
You know what? The one place I went though that wasn't great, Texas Roadhouse.
Oh
It
man.
was sad. It
Yeah.
was sad. It was unfortunate. All the ones I've been to, this one I was disappointed in.
Yeah, because that's usually one of our go-to. It's going to be good.
Right, but most of the other places we ate were all fairly local places.
Yeah. That being a chain, it was.
Right. It was a little bit easier just to get a group because we had like 5 people. It was a little bit easier to get us in a spot, but
Yeah.
it didn't. That's great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, that's what you get. Stay local, guys. Anyway, let me see here. Was there
What
anything
else
else that went on about that I want to be fun about? And I don't think so. Because then I just went from there straight to the airport
Mm-hmm.
for 4 hours.
Sat there for
This
4
was
hours.
3, but yeah, long time. It wasn't near as bad as Patrick though. Dude from Fort
Oh.
Smith,
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to ride because he changed his flight from the date. Like he was supposed to fly out Friday, he decided to go 4 o'clock on Thursday. Drive him to the airport, gets there. Flight changed his flight to 8 p.m. He was a connecting flight from there, so he was actually supposed to be in air on the way to Fort Smith from Dallas around 8 p.m. So leaving Salt Lake at 8 p.m. doesn't.
Oh, get you on the next plane?
So I haven't followed up with him to see, make sure he got home. I
Yeah.
imagine he did.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I'm
he's a
sure.
grown man. I'm sure he
Yeah,
found the flight. But, whew,
Yeah.
golly.
Yeah. Traveling,
Apparently they had
sometimes
some
you
bad
run into
weather
that thing,
across the
and-
south that
yeah.
really kind of messed up and delayed some flights. So,
Yeah, sometimes you run
Travel.
into those things when you travel.
yeah, it's never the best. So, anyway,
I think that's kind of what happened to us when we were going to go out to Salt Lake,
yeah.
and there was the storm, and we were supposed to fly into Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, oh, that's not going to be good. And we switched it and went to Midway and then to Vegas.
Yeah.
And that got us there.
Right.
But there was other people who had big delays in Colorado. So
Yep.
we would have not been on time.
Would have been terrible and sad.
And
like
also,
not be on
Danielle
time.
doesn't travel very well, so it's not a good idea
She does much better now.
to,
Much better now. But anyway, so yeah, so like I said, it was a good time. It was worth the effort.
Nice.
I hope you guys can see the value in it for all of you out there as well, for myself or whatever. But
Right. Because even though this is what you learned big, long arm machines, it also translates in with other machines. It helps you be able to troubleshoot other domestic machines as well.
such as my Genomes that I service and sell.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And yes, by the way, this is an Amara ST that I have opened up for you to see the innards of. If you've never seen what the inside of one of these machines looks like, that's it. That's the basics of it. They're not wildly difficult comparatively to some domestic machines, but the technology in it is fantastic. So I will not be leaving this open.
Yeah.
I will actually be finishing the video and taking it back to its rightful home and smashing her back together and properly putting her back in her table.
Right.
But yeah,
But it needed service anyway, so we're like, why not bring it out and show you guys? And
right, since we're open.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that all said, I think that's about everything I've got for you guys today.
nice.
So make sure you come by for the shop hop. Make sure you call and you get your spot for you and your friend for the M17 event that's happening the 29th, or pick the day that's the 30th, either day you want. Doesn't matter.
Friday or Saturday, $30 gets
$30.
both of you in.
Both of you in. Come in, do the class. Take a bag home with you.
Right.
Okay, it's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. And then shop hop. You got the whole month to do it. Again, if you just need to do it again.
Yep. And then we we also have the Modern Quilt Guild show the 23rd and 24th. So we'll be looking forward to all of those things going on in March. Lots happening in the store. And we'll be back on Wednesday there's so much new fabric that has been coming in. You guys really, I mean, so come in the shop and check it out, or we'll see here if you are our online friends and can't come in. Yep. We'll be showing you new stuff. My office is really full right now of stuff that needs to get put in and go back out to the floor. So thanks, guys. I think that's about it. You ready to go there, producer lady? All right.
Don't forget pricing on machines. I got the best around. Yeah. Get one.
All right. Bye.
Bye.